with another fun-filled video for you. And today I want to talk about a topic that I've kind of been thinking about on on a heavy basis, um, and that's action and how we interpret action. Um, so here I have two knives that are in front of me. This one is by Clyde Challenor. This is my Viper. Now, what makes this knife so significant is the fact that this knife was CNC machined, but all the details of the knife was done by hand, versus my Andre Thorburn piece here, which was also made, I understand, with CNC machining, but we don't know what parts of the knife was CNC machined and what parts were made by hand or done by hand. I do know that Andre Thorburn uses some sort of CNC machining. Now, the reason I bring action up is because some knives are very smooth, but they don't fall shut like this. Okay? And some knives simply fall shut like that. But you can't help but wonder, what's the correct tolerance for action? I've always kind of wondered, because, and I kind of interpret it a couple of ways. It's my understanding, or at least my belief as a knife collector, that the action of a knife is also part of the art of the knife. You're buying a mechanical sculpture here. So when we're talking about the action, it's my theory that there's no right or wrong. The only right or wrong when it comes to action is that however the action behaves on a knife, and this is my own theory, whether it's not too soft, not fall shut like Clyde Challenor's, or fall shut like Andre Thorburn, as long as the basics of the knife, as far as the attention to detail when it came to the action of the knife, is there, and it behaves this way, either way, it's fine. What I mean by behavior of a knife, when you flip a knife open, there can't be any blade play on it, and there's no blade play on either one of these. So the controversy is, Clyde Challenor's knife does not fall shut. This is the controversy. Clyde Challenor's knife does not fall shut. Andre Thorburn's falls shut. Both knives have no blade play on them whatsoever. Now, here's the question. Which one of these knives is going to lose the perfectness of the action, where over time the blade will start to wear? Because you have to think, if you do this hundreds and hundreds of times, eventually, won't there be some blade play in the future? And I'm saying that because this knife was made by hand. Like I said, there is some CNC machining on Andre Thorburn's knife, but I don't know if the CNC machining extends to the action of the knife, or the way that the way that the handles were made. Were they done by hand in some part, and just the basics outline sculpture of the handle was done by CNC machining, but the rest of that was done by hand? Because if that's the case, if that's the case, then his tolerances are excellent. They're just as excellent as Clyde Challenor's, which he has used CNC machining on the action of the knife to create this action, because this is his belief as far as how a knife is supposed to behave. It's not in his world. The knife is not supposed to do this. It's not supposed to fall shut. In his world, this is the way a knife is supposed to be. Not too soft. In other words, not fall shut, but not too stiff. This is perfect. And it's his theory that this type of action done with CNC machining is going to probably last for the life of the knife. At least that's what I think he believes. And me, as an owner of a knife, if he believes that, then I believe it. As far as Andre Thorburns' knife, there's no blade play on his, but he has created a knife that is able to fall shut and still have no blade play. So, which knife is going to last longer? I don't know. But I think the reason I did this video was to explain the fact that the action of a knife is part of the artistic creation of the knife, and that the action should differ from maker to maker. Just like detents, you know, some knife makers like to do a soft detent like Trevor Berger. Others like to do a medium detent like Clyde Challenor. Some makers like to do a detent like Andre Thorburn, which is really hard. When you buy a custom knife, every aspect of that knife, from the action to the detent to the look, is going to differ from maker to maker. And that's pretty much what you're buying. You're buying the maker's interpretation of a knife as it is, as long as it doesn't fall outside of the realm of what a good knife is supposed to be. Everything else can be tweaked, can be changed, can be bettered in some cases for the benefit of the person buying the knife and for the artistic creation being credited to the maker himself. And I think that's all I wanted to say as far as action of knives go. I just felt like I wanted to have that quick 10-minute discussion on that, because people are saying, well, if the knife falls shut, that means it's not a good knife, or it's not supposed to fall shut. But if the knife doesn't have any blade play, I mean, in my opinion, I think it's okay that it falls shut, because I don't think any knife maker out there can guarantee that a knife is going to last forever, no matter how hard you use it. But it should be at the highest level of expectation when it comes to using your knife on a daily basis, and not have it fail in that sense. So that's all I wanted to say on this video. This is a short video, and this one was just on action. So that's it for this video. I just wanted to get that out there. Probably the shortest video I've done. But yeah, I will see you guys in my next video, and you guys have a fantastic evening.